got so used to strong side, weak side. At this point, there is no strong side, there is no weak side. But we're still going to call it that just because we've been calling that for like 10 years, all right? Or at least I have, all right? So if I have this arm, traditionally I want to fall to this side and he wants to fall to that side, right? It's still like, if you're like a lower belt, it's still generally easier in those methods to get out in that situation, okay? But let's say I got my grips, or I even have a choke ready to go, and he starts falling to the wrong side. Let me turn it a little bit this way. Okay. He falls to the wrong side. I need to beat him to the punch, okay? So if he's falling this way, or even if I take him that way, I need to make sure that my head's on the ground and he stays up. So I want to be a little bit angled off of him, all right? So notice, for me to get that, if I leave my feet here, I'm not going to really have anything. So I want to bring one foot to his hip, and this is actually a really good position to have. So, we teach you to have the hooks, but a lot of times I'll drift to one foot on the hip just to create pressure and put him in a situation and an angle that I want, okay? Now, with this position, he needs to get his head to the ground, but if I avoid letting him get there, he's gonna have a hard time to escape. So this is where I wanna be, okay? So from here, he still knows I can't really choke him with this hand. He's not worried about this hand, he's worried about this hand, okay? So it's difficult if you don't know what you're doing to finish from this position, but luckily now we have what we call the straitjacket system for back takes, okay? For a straitjacket, I want to control his opposite hand with my opposite hand. So this hand that's over the top, I want to control that hand. So if he's usually going to be trying to grab something or move something, good, I got this hand now, right? This hand, I want to control with the bottom hand. So if he's defending here, I want to grab here. So the beginning of my straitjacket, all right? Now, I need to get one of these hands out of my way, all right? To do that, I'm going to push this hand that's on the top down as much as I can and out, all right? Obviously, he's not just gonna let me do this, but as much as I can, I wanna do this. Then, I wanna bring my upper foot over and to his wrist, okay? Sometimes I can catch him in the elbow, but that's more difficult to get a good grip, all right? I wanna catch him in the wrist, and I wanna pull his wrist into my own foot like this to create a little bit of traction. From there, I'm gonna push out and lock right here, okay? Now, I have a few options from here. All of them are good, but I prefer bringing this behind his back and locking like this, okay? But if you don't like that, that's okay. Sometimes you can just lock your feet like this, that's okay, just as long as you lock his hands out of the game. They're done with the dance, they're out, all right? So now, I only have to worry about one hand defending from this. And that's really easy. So I'm just gonna go two hands, grab, pass it to the other hand. That's gonna free up this choke right here, and I can just pull back and lock. If I don't get enough of a bite, you can use that method that we did earlier, like this, for the choke, okay? So one more time, let me turn you a little bit more. Right. So, so we're here, I'm going for the choke, he's defending me, he also pulls me to the side, I beat him to the punch. I keep my head low, and I use my foot on his hip to kind of angle him off me here, okay? He's defending, so I want to try to grab with opposite hands, get him into a straitjacket situation. I'm going to bring my leg over, try to catch his wrist. I'm even going to push it against my own foot here. Keep a nice little traction here, right? Dig my foot under, bring him under, or lock your feet, lock him out of the game, okay? Switch your hands, get a collar grip. I prefer the collar grip. If this is no-gi, obviously you have to switch to something else. You can even do like a variation where you get like a half RNC and then bring this one up under like that, okay? But if you have a collar, use the collar. Get a strong grip, hold this out, get the choke. Anyone have any questions?